Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the World War II Solitaire board game channel and another unboxing video. Today we are gonna unbox Lanzerath Ridge, which is the fourth of the Valiant Defense series designed by David Thompson. This and Nils Johansson, Swedish name. Lanzerath Ridge, Battle of the Bulge. Again, this is the fourth part of the Valiant Defense series. We can see that here, fourth part. Cool. And we're waiting for the fifth, which is gonna take place in Guadalcanal. Anyway, hold at all costs. Let's take a look here at the back. I'm gonna zoom in here, and in case you want to read that stuff, go ahead and pause the video now, because I'm not gonna read all of that with my horrible English. Fun fact, man, do you know what video on my channel got the most comment? It's not like a good video with a lot of, where I put in a lot of effort and a lot of time. No, it's 303rd Squadron, which is actually pronounced 303 Squadrons, and that made people freak out. Oh, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's 303rd Squadron, like 50 comments. Anyway, here we have the rules for Lanzerath Ridge. As usual with my unboxing videos, we're just going to take a look at all of the main components. And then once we've done that, we are going to go ahead and look at them closer. All of them. We have our beautiful board, and this is, for me, as a game reviewer, the best part of this new game, because they got rid of this glossy material which they had on the previous 3 games, because it was so hard to record playing these games with any kind of good light, because it would bounce off the board and it would not look good. Anyway, we're gonna take a closer look at all of that, the map folded out in a moment. And here we have some helper cards for defense phase and attacker's phase, attributes, and our counters. 2-sided, of course. And I waited so long for this game. It took a little bit longer than I had expected. Usually, I think DVG ships pretty fast, but this has actually been in my in the local game stores now for a while, while I'm waiting for the Kickstarter, which I paid for. That's not so fun. And look at that bunch of cards. Attackers and tactics cards. And that's it. Unless someone hid something under here, I always check. Imagine what you could find. Something not so nice, like a poisonous spider from China. Who knows? Anyway, that's it. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at all of it. There's no idea to take a close look at these, and standard 10-sided and 6-sided die, and there we have an 8-sided one. It looks like maybe a couple of those. Anyway, the cubes here, wooden cubes, I never used them with the Valiant Defense series, but they are an awesome thing to include, because I use them in other games and they are extremely useful. I found so much good use of them. I used them in Patton's Best, one of my favorite games. So keep these cubes somewhere nice if you're not gonna keep it in the box. We're gonna go ahead and take a closer look at the cards, if I can get them open. That can be a little bit tricky sometimes. And these unboxing videos are the only videos that I do not edit. I just shoot them in one take, and then I add my intro, and then we're good to go. So you're gonna have to wait for me to open up these cards. Okay, Assault, Fallschirmjäger. I'm not gonna read them all, because you're gonna be annoyed with me and I'm gonna get a sore throat. I'm gonna give you a second's chance here if you see a card that you like especially much, to pause and look at that. And the backside looks like that. Awesome. I like the Snowy trees. So yeah, this is roll in place. I'm guessing these are our attackers. Yeah, the art has been greatly updated. Let us hope that this is going to be a new standard for the Valiant Defense series. I am still hoping for a deluxe release of Pablo's House. Pablo's House is one of the best board games ever designed, in my opinion, and it deserves a release with updated graphics. The cards feel a little bit. They don't feel as thick as the Pavlov's House cards. I'm not sure if I'm remembering it wrong, but they really don't. They feel a little bit more. They feel a little bit less quality. But I might be remembering wrong because I haven't played Pavlov's House now for a few months. But just yeah, they're just a little bit too thin in my humble opinion. Okay, so these are tactics cards. Not sure if that is the case with this game, but in the other games, the tactic cards are because you want to increase the difficulty. So in the other games, you have the normal difficulty with the usual, attackers. And if you use the tactic cards, you have hard and elite. So I'm guessing that is going to be the case here as well. And I love that. If there was one thing I would wish for Pavlo's House besides the updated graphics, it would be more difficulty levels. I mean, imagine a game that you love if you have 10 difficulty levels ranging from very easy to, insane. As you progress through those difficulty levels from very easy and upwards, you get a great feeling of achievement, and you also get really addicted to playing because you want to beat the next difficulty level phase. And if you only have one, which many of these State of Siege engine games, they only have one difficulty level, I find myself that once I've beaten it, I don't see many reasons to go back to it. I'd rather go to a new game. But if there are difficulty levels, I really love beating the easiest one first and then, progressing towards the hardest one and then finally, hopefully, beating the hardest one as well. And I can understand that's a lot of work, so I can understand why they don't do it. And I'm happy that Pablo's House has 3 difficulty levels, so don't take it as me just being ungrateful. But I just think it's a good idea because if you also that I think that is a very important part. I'm just talking in this video. Attackers, more attackers cards. I think it's an important part to get your game to become addictive like that, because if it becomes addictive, you can't stop playing and you will share your progress when you beat something because you're proud, and you will rack up the general gaming interest in it. So making a game addictive, like the Hunters, for example, just one more patrol, just one more patrol, I really think that that's a good way to rack up interest and money for the company, and interest for the designer, because of course the designer wants his game to sell so he can make more games and so on. MG42. So not sure how that is. We'll see. Okay, so we have the attacker cards here, and I want to remember previous games. You have attacker cards divided into different stacks, and the last stack is going to be the last attackers of the game. So yeah, this I should have named this unboxing slash talking video. Sorry, once I get going, there's no stopping. I've heard from many friends and family members, don't talk World War II to Daniel because he's not going to be able to stop. Hey, have you met Daniel? Yeah, don't talk about Normandy with him. Just don't. Absolutely lovely cards. Absolutely lovely. Mortar. Okay, I'm not looking forward to that. I hate mortars, man. Like when you're playing an RTS PC game, some butthead is always using like a long range weapon, usually a mortar, on your beautiful bunkers. And you know, I like to build defenses, so that's why I hate mortars. I'm that defense guy that everybody hates on their team. I've actually not read much about the story of the game, the Lanzerath Ridge story, so I gotta do that. I am gonna check out the companion book, which is, I think it's always offered as a free PDF. I think. And those are really awesome. They showcase, okay, so here are the counters, obviously, front side. Anyway, I think they showcase the companions book really how much time, effort, and research are put into these games. It's really insane. I don't know how David has the time to do it. I don't know how he has time, energy, and focus, I should say, but you know, he's some kind of mastermind. More counters. So they made them smaller in. I think they started with that in Castle Litter. I think I prefer the small tokens. We have a bar, Browning automatic rifle. Just love these new tokens for the enemies. Really cool. These are the last of our tokens. And we have 30 cal. That's my favorite machine gun. And I mean, it's not as good, obviously, as the MG42, but it's just something iconic about that. And the sound. The sound is pretty cool if you're not on the opposite side of it, of course. Here's our helper cards, and I always like these because, first of all, the rules are always great with David's games. I've never had a problem with them, but these are just great because usually they cover stuff that is gonna be something that you will occasionally wonder about, and then yeah, I have the helper card, and usually the things that will come up are covered on these helper cards. Defense phase, and more of the defense phase. So we have a long defense phase here. A lot of things can happen, a lot of things we can do. Let us look at the rules here before we tackle our map. Looking from INR platoon's memorial towards the wood line they defended. So this, David traveled to all of these places. He traveled to, I believe he went to Stalingrad, which should and what's it called? The post office. And I don't know if he went to Castle Litter because you can't go there as a private person. But and obviously he went here, so he does great work with this game. So the rules are not. I see that the rules are not immune to my light, so trying to keep it as good as we can here. And you see the rules are logically laid out. We have a lot of cover pictures and game examples. More game examples here. And I think gameplay examples are necessary. Gameplay examples and then an example round of the game. Because there will be things that will be super hard to explain if you don't show it in an example. So we have about 24 pages of rules, and I mean that's counting from here, the introduction and counters and setup. So basically 24 pages minus 5, that's 19 pages. And I mean, I don't think this is going to be very hard to learn. And we have variants, alternative setups, lost observation posts, lost commanders. So a lot of variants here that I haven't seen these kind of variants before with his games, but I have seen the tactic cards. We have the veteran difficulty and the elite difficulty. Love that. And then we have variants for competitive play. And a bunch of design notes from David. Yeah, look here. He has done his research. Really cool. And more design notes. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the map. And we're gonna spread it out here. Usually the maps are quite big for his games. So usually they can be a little bit hard to cover. Let's see here. If I take you and do this with ya, and that with ya, ooh, you see, now you can see the map. And I think, yeah, you can see there's a little bit of glare. It doesn't look really like that in real life, but there's not much of it. Wow, look at that map. That is just stunning. Wow. Talk about improvement, man. Wow. And I mean, the circles are much smaller than we've seen in previous games. The squares are about the same. At least that's how it feels like. It really feels like that. And look at here we have the different. We have the 30 cal over here. I don't know what that is. M2. I guess that's another machine gun. And we have the Browning automatic rifle. Not sure how that's gonna work, but it all looks very good and very thematic. I guess if I have to complain about something, you know, you can always complain about something. It is that the snow could be a little bit whiter because it looks kind of grayish. So I don't get the feeling from the snow that it's actually snow. But it may be because of my lights as well. I can try. I have two kind of light settings. Let's see here if I can get it correctly. So with this light setting, yeah, with this light setting it feels a little bit better, but still kind of feels grayish. So I would have liked a little bit more white snow. And again, that's a small complaint, so please don't take offense or see me as whiny. Just my first expression. But other than that, just amazing. Really pops. And the trees covered in snow. Just amazing. Guys, that is Lanzerath Ridge. Battle of the Bulge. The fourth part of David Thompson's Valiant Defense series. Really looking forward to play this one. Stay tuned to the channel if you want to see a playthrough. Give me a comment. What do you think? What do you think of that snow? Do you think it looks gray? Am I stupid? Am I colorblind, perhaps? Did I take acid yesterday? Yes, I did, but it shouldn't, change any of this. I'm just kidding. Guys, I will see you for the next video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and comment. Share the video. You can also become a member of the channel for only $2.99 a month. And you will help to support the channel. You will help me afford more of these games on Kickstarter so I can share them with you all. Show you how to play them and show how they look, all of that. If you don't have the interest in that is completely okay. This channel will always be free. There will be no exclusive content, nothing like that. That's just for, people who can and want to. So don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna say thank you now for the last time. I will see you in the next video. Bye.